Welcome everyone to this week's video. Today we are on Fish Friday number 79 and we have a good one for you today. Today's fish is one of those real oddball fish. You might have seen this before if you've watched some documentaries, but maybe you should pucker up and give this fish a kiss. Today's fish that we're going to be talking about is bam, the red-lipped black batfish. So the red-lipped batfish, or scientific name Ogchocephalus darwini, again that is Ogchocephalus darwini. It is part of the family Ogchocephalidae, and the Ogchocephalidae is the family of batfishes. Now, when I say batfish, there's two different types of fish that are known as batfish. There is the Epiphydae, I believe it is. Which those are really long. They almost look like discus fish, their body shape. Real long dorsal and anal fins that are elongated. But these are the other sort of batfish. And these, the Ogchocephalids, is a family of anglerfish that are specifically adapted for a lifestyle of crawling about on the seafloor. I mean, you can see this, and you know, to me it almost looks more like a frogfish than a batfish, but I didn't come up with a name. In terms of where this one is found, the red-lipped batfish is found in the Pacific Ocean, more specifically around the Galapagos Islands and a little bit off the coast of Peru, but it's primarily known for the Galapagos Island, which that's where it gets its name from. Darwini was named after Charles Darwin. Darwin, who studied the Galapagos Islands for a really long time. That is why you might have seen this fish before if you've watched any of the many documentaries about the Galapagos Islands. This fish might have made an appearance in one of those just because of how odd it is. But it's not necessarily, the batfish in and of itself is not necessarily that uncommon. It's just the red-lipped batfish is very specific to the Galapagos. In terms of what you might confuse with, now this is not one, but you might confuse the red-lipped batfish with the rosy-lipped batfish. And I know they sound incredibly similar, very closely resembling. I don't exactly know the difference between the two, but the red-lipped is found in Galapagos, where the rosy-lipped is really found around Costa Rica. But as we've said in the description of the Ogchocephalids, they are bottom dwellers that are usually found within sand and coral reefs, or the sand in between coral reefs. The red-lipped batfish is very much associated with coral reefs in the Galapagos Islands. And they can be found at anywhere of the depths of 3 to 76 meters, which is 10 to 249 feet. So shallow to relatively deep, and they can get even deeper than that, down to like 400 feet, I believe. But they're usually found at 3 to 76 and very common below 10 meters. Now, this is not a large fish. Most of the, the batfish are not very large fishes. The red-lipped batfish can reach a length of up to about 40 centimeters, which is just under 16 inches. So just over a foot long is what you have. And from what I understand, they're more commonly found at lengths of about 8 inches. So 16 would be an enormous one from what I can understand. Now, in terms of their body shape, they are dorsoventrally compressed, meaning that they're kind of pressed from the top to the bottom. They're kind of flattened. They're very similar in appearance to like rays. You know, with this large circular head and a really small kind of pointed tail. So if you look at it and just kind of think and imagine, you can see maybe that this kind of looks like a ray from the top down. You know, just this large head, this circular body, really short, small tail. But if you can't tell from the pictures, they have really heavily modified fins. Their pectoral, their anal, and their pelvic fins are just really heavily adapted and modified to allow them to walk on the ocean floor. They can use these to prop them up. These are your pelvic fins. The pectoral fins are really used to kind of like push themselves along. That's not to say that they can't swim at all. They actually can swim, not well, but they can swim. What they'll do is they'll sort of like push themselves off the ground, and then they'll start beating their tail back and forth. It's not a very efficient way of swimming, but they can do it, and that's usually how they kind of make their large movements, their large distance. Overall, they have this sort of light brown. This is a bad picture, I'm sorry. They have this kind of light brown color on the body with this darker gray to the back with this sort of like stripe going down the back. You can kind of see it here, and you can kind of see it here. It's like two stripes starting at the top of the head going around to the side. And I say it's a stripe, but it's a stripe that's primarily made of like spots, really dark brown spots. And then of course they have this really pale to white underside, white belly. But you know, what was this fish name? Red-lipped. What's probably the biggest thing that you can see about this? It has red lips. These are bright red fleshy lips, painted up, dolled up, going out on the town. This fish is ready to stroll the streets and have a good time. Like, this fish is ready and dolled all the way up. They're almost just fluorescent with how red they are. And fun fact, there's not a whole lot of reason why. The biologists don't exactly know why they have these bright red lips. They believe that the bright red lips are actually used to enhance species recognition during spawning. You know, so it's probably during, you know, brighter red lips signal that they're more likely to mate, or I know that you're a red-lipped batfish, something like that. It's really interesting. In terms of like why there are, if you look on this, there's a ton of pictures of these. Not many good pictures, but there is a lot of pictures of batfish. And the reason why that is the case is because there are no actual direct threats, no direct predators in the Galapagos Islands that directly eat these. So they're kind of easy to observe. They are a little deeper than most of your recreational diving, but they're when you can find them, they're actually relatively easy to see. Now, for the interesting fact that we're going to end the video on, and it's kind of the interesting fact of all batfish and kind of anglerfish in general, let's talk about the top of their head, this little fleshy protuberance. On top of the batfish's head, there's this special body part right here that extends outward called an iliceum. And the iliceum is really what the anglerfish are known for. The iliceum is this fleshy knob that's what is used to attract. And how does it do that? Well, after the red-lipped batfish matures, and just batfish in general, and kind of anglefish, the dorsal fin becomes a single spine-like projection. And that spine-like projection comes out to the top of the head. And that batfish uses the iliceum as a way to lure prey near them. At the top of the iliceum is an esca. The esca is what the anglerfish are known to give that bright light. That, you know, that attracts other fish. The red-lipped batfish, I have some very conflicting things about this. I wasn't sure exactly. Some people say that the red-lipped batfish's esca actually produces light as well. Other things say that batfish don't actually emit light from their esca, and esca would be that bulb, you know, that anglerfish have. But batfish's esca actually release scent. It's a scent lure, not a light lure. And regardless how it does, and it might even be a combination of both. They might have a little bit of bioluminescence going on. They might actually have a little scent trail. But basically what it's doing is that is allowing these fish to stand still and attract those small creatures that it likes to feed on. And this fish is a piscivore and an invertivore, meaning that it's feeding on shrimp, crabs, worms, and really small fish that are attracted to that little lure there. And that lure can actually, let's see if I can find a good picture from the front on. Oh no, that can't do it. That lure can actually be pulled back into their head. You know, you got this right here, then that may be the Esca right there, actually, what they're using to attract there. So, and that would make sense because it's real close to the mouth. So that's really what's going on. It's an incredibly unique fish found only in the Galapagos Island. It's really neat. It's been in numerous documentaries, and I thought it'd be really nice to go after one of these really weird body-shaped fish that we really haven't talked about a lot. Unfortunately, there's just not a whole lot of information out there on Batfish, but hopefully you enjoyed this. But regardless, thank you guys so much again. I really appreciate it. Hope to see you again. If I don't, please be safe. Have a great day. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you do. I'd really appreciate it. Hope to see you again. Please leave those comments. Give me a comment on what you'd like me to see, what you'd like me to do. I really enjoy the comments. But regardless, thank you so much again. Take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, and